YouTube. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wherever you're tuning in from on whatever device you are listening on. I am your host, Smoove, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Lighthouse, a Patriots podcast. This is episode number 30, the big 3-0. Thank you for everyone who's been with me throughout the whole journey. Thank you for anyone that has been new to the channel most recently. And let's just kick it right into this episode. I'm going to try to make it as brief and quick as possible, as I'm going to be talking about the first preseason game that is going to be tonight, Thursday, against the Detroit Lions. And I'm going to try to keep it as bland as possible because I don't want to mention too many specific names due to the fact that there could be limited playing time or that they could not be playing in general. So I'm going to kind of keep this more group based. So the 5 things that I'm looking forward to in tonight's preseason game, like I said, against the Detroit Lions, is number 1, the wide receiver group. We have a very questionable wide receiver group outside of Julian Edelman. So I want to look for how they run routes, how they catch balls, are they a presence in the red zone, and if there can be a connection made between whoever the quarterback is, whether it's Hoyer, Stedham, and these wide receivers. So that's going to be interesting to me, and that's what I'm looking for. Number 2, the defensive line, specifically the front 4. I just want to see how they kind of reshape that after losing Trey Flowers and Danny Shelton not being a factor at all last season, as he is back this season. So I just want to see how that defensive line kind of makes a statement in the run game and sets the tone just in general on defense. Number 3, the linebacker group. We are deep at linebacker this year with many returning faces, including the return of Jamie Collins, who has spent some time in Cleveland. So I kind of want to see how the linebacker group melds together and how they can play together along with the defensive front that I just mentioned. So in years past, we've been very thin at linebacker. However, this year we're very deep, as we don't have terrific standout players with the exception of Dante Hightower. However, we just have a bunch of okay, mediocre, good players, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm looking forward as well. Number 4, play style. I want to see if the Patriots are going to turn into a run-first team or a pass-first team. In years past, they've been a pass-first team, with Tom Brady being the gunslinger. However, as we kind of saw last year with the emergence of Sony Michel and the slight decline in Tom Brady, that we kind of became a run-first team. So I want to see how we kind of set the tone offensively in the first play or 2 of each drive and how the first couple drives play out. Now, I know Tom Brady is highly unlikely to play tonight. However, the quarterbacks can still kind of set that tone in terms of the Patriots' play style moving forward. And the last thing that I'm looking forward to in tonight's preseason game is just the rookies in general. Now, last year we had a very barren rookie class with the exception of Sony Michel due to the amount of injuries. So this year we have a lot of rookies from this year's draft class and last year's draft class that didn't get much playing time. So I'm really looking forward to the rookies in general as a whole to see how they perform, how they can contribute, and where their place is on this team. So that's going to be a little tricky one for me to point out because there's going to be a lot of new faces on this team, especially since the roster is so big at 90 right now. So moving forward, in a couple weeks or 2, I might be able to kind of pick up and see where that's going to lead to later on. However, those are the 5 things that I'm looking forward to in this preseason's game against the Detroit Lions. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them down in the comments below. If you agree or disagree with anything that I said, please leave them down in the comments below. I'd also like to hear what are your thoughts and what you are looking forward to in tonight's preseason game. So comment that down below as well. If you're new to If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.